Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Nightbitch. And this is from writer-director Mariel Heller, who previously did films like Diary of a Teenage Girl, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and Can You Ever Forgive Me? And this film takes us into the story of Amy Adams' mother, who has been a stay-at-home mom for 2 years as her husband, Scoot McNeary, goes off to work, and she's just stuck in this domesticated trap as she perceives it. And soon her domesticity is waning, and something inside her starts boiling up in terms of something a little bit more primal and a little bit more animalistic. And then she thinks she's turning into a dog. Or is she turning into a dog? I don't know. And honestly, by the end of the movie, doesn't really matter. And this is this strange mixture of magical realism and drama, and dark comedy. This has, it's saying, horror elements on, IMDb. I don't really think this is a horror movie. I don't think it ever quite reaches that point. Obviously, there's some visceral and strange imagery as she's, she's turning into an animal, her eyes become piercing, or she's running as a wolf throughout her suburban neighborhood, and all those kinds of elements. I feel like the surrealist parts of this film never really go completely headlong into it and far enough for you to really buy into that element of the film. I think that after a while it kind of becomes distracting. It does play a purpose because Amy Adams' character was an artist, and I feel like these elements channel her passion back to art, and it embodies this big art project that she's drawn to based off of these urges. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it's kind of just a distraction, and it's really going to be the thing people are like, Nightbitch, that's the movie where Amy Adams turns into a dog. But really, this film is not about that. It's really, more importantly, about this journey of what motherhood means in today's society, what kind of gender roles and expectations that cause it to be more challenging and overwhelming. And it's a very, nuanced, new age kind of perspective on parenting because, the greatest generation, it's just no, that was your job. You stayed at home and you took care of, dozens of kids, half dozen kids, in case of, my family. But it's something that I feel like this film has some really good editing elements, that there's some great montages that really hammer home some impactful elements. I do think it overdoes the voiceover because too many of the themes and ideas are slapped across your face multiple times, with Amy Adams just pouring out this dialogue, which she really sells and makes effective because she's an extremely talented actor. I just feel like after a while it's just why are you spoon feeding me this? I think this film's legitimately hilarious, and I think it has some really great biting commentary on parenting and motherhood and gender roles, and I think that's really impactful. I think Amy Adams gives a fantastic performance. There's so much going on underneath the surface. I think the Snowden twins, Arlie and Emmett, who play the son, are so charming and so cute, and just you buy into how cute and adorable this kid is. Scoot McNeary, I think, plays his role as the husband really well. I think this husband really lacks some nuance and really just feels like this very specific stereotype that is there to push forward this film and the narrative that they're trying to do and the themes that they're trying to process, but I don't really find him very interesting as a character. He does have some funny moments. I think Scoot McNeary finds places to make more out of very little that he has to work with. There's really good camera work. There's great editing. This has a lot of personality, both from a visual standpoint and then also a dark comedy standpoint, and how this all comes together. I feel like Adams gives such a great performance in a film that Heller does a great job of bringing plenty of personality, but I think just writing wise, it never commits headlong into the wildness of this story. But when you strip that away, where it's really effective is when it's hitting on these more realistic and relatable and connected themes. You have some good supporting characters from like Jessica Harper, who's like a horror legend, pops up in here. Zoe Chow, Mary Holland, Archana Rajan are some of Amy Adams' friends that she makes that are mothers, and they have a great dynamic. There's some really good elements of mother-daughter dynamics, mother-child dynamics, specifically like how friendships change because like you have Amy Adams like old art buddies and how all of them are like this snooty high society and she feels very isolated, but she finds these new friends in Chow and Holland and Rajan that really work together and they have a great dynamic. I think this film has a lot of great elements. I just feel like it's a little distracted in terms of like what it's really trying to be. And it takes away from the experience for sure, but not enough to not make this a darkly funny, impactful, poignant, well acted, and well directed film that has a lot of personality for sure. But those are my thoughts on Nightbitch. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.